If it's Friday, it means that it's time for Go and Do. Our spotlight on those who try to improve the lives of others. Playing off the military term, got your six, which means I got your back. It's a collaborative campaign by the nonprofit group Be the Change. Partners with military veterans, partners those veterans with civilians. With a strong backing from the entertainment industry, it's all in an effort to help military veterans transition back into civilian life and re-energize our communities. Chris Marvin is the managing editor of Got Your Six. Chris, the campaign heading into its second year, I understand there are 6 pillars to address veteran reintegration, among them jobs, health, education as well. How exactly does the program work?
Yeah, that's right. We work with the entertainment industry and top veteran nonprofits across the country, working on what we think is the root cause of a lot of veterans' issues, which is the civilian-military divide. Right, this idea that today many civilians don't know much about the military or veterans and vice versa, and the more we can do to bridge that gap, the more we'll do to achieve substantive change.
What does the campaign itself consist of?
The campaign works with the entertainment industry to bring awareness to these issues. We work with the best 30 veteran-focused nonprofits in this country and the work that they're doing on the ground. So we have some really substantive metrics that we're working around, and we try to engage the public. So we want to answer that question for an individual American: what can I do?
I'm glad you brought up the public. You know, at a time when 1% of this nation is in the military, how does this campaign help civilians understand the hardships that members of the military and their families are forced to endure?
Yeah, you know, what we are trying to teach Americans is that sometimes those hardships lead to strength and experience that can be very valuable in our civilian communities. Yeah. So when veterans return home, we want them to be seen as leaders and civic assets. So we have a number of tools that we use to try to educate the American public on how veterans can reintegrate and take leading roles in our communities.
Folks who might be watching or listening right now, how can they go and do?
Yeah, we want people this Veterans Day to sort of celebrate veterans by having a conversation with one. Right? Thanks for your service is wonderful.
Yeah.
Ask them where they've been, what they've done. More importantly, ask them what's next. Ask them what more they're going to do to help their community.
Chris Marvin, thank you so much. Do you know someone with the Go and Do spirit? You can tweet us using the hashtag Go and Do. And that's going to wrap things up for me. Thomas will be back on Monday, and you can catch me tomorrow afternoon starting at 2 o'clock Eastern right here on MSNBC. Now with Alex Wagner up next.